Hello and welcome. My name is Sheep Thief, and today I'll be coming at you with some Dominions 5 Warriors of the Faith multiplayer online gameplay. This turn is an interesting turn, but it continues in this sort of period of quasi-peacetime leading up to what I assume is going to be a violent conflagration between the great powers of this particular plane of existence. First things first, we'll start with the war as usual. We are storming this turn the final holdout of Umorian resistance. The last legionnaires have holed themselves in a cave and have elected to fight to the death, nobly. But it will prove to be an act of futility. Yeah, we're going to storm it with the Prophet and the elite force. Question is whether or not I include these skeletons. We might as well save them. Yeah. The sieging force is going to move away because of supply issues. And yeah, that's the situation with the Armorian War. Next turn, unless we lose this battle, Armor will have been permanently vanquished. Next, a Fomorian scout was found in our blood hunting province here in Ardennes. Watch the battle, just for fun. It's concerning to see Fomorian scout in our territory. Generally, it's not considered like it's definitely not an active war or anything, but it shows that he is thinking about us, which, I mean, probably makes sense. I think it's fairly obvious that he is in the lead and I am in second. Unless I'm missing huge amounts. I am missing a lot of information here, but I don't think Ulm and Marverni are at our level at the moment, and they seem to still be at war. In other news, we have discovered multiple magic sites. In the King's Tomb Desert, we discovered the Desert of Bones, where we can recruit a Sorcerer of the Sands. I've wondered if there's any reason we need this. None comes to mind, but something could require their recruitment in the future. It would, but we can't really do it until we have a. Oh wait, we can do it. We just need a lab. Okay. Do we have a fort there? Can't even see. We must have a fort here. But yeah, we can recruit this. No, we don't have a fort here. We must just be able to recruit it without a fort. So yeah, if we need that, we can break that out. But I can't think of any reason to get it. That side is pretty good. It gives us a death gem and a fire gem. We are now up to 8 death income and 12 fire income. 8 air income, 6 water income, 13 earth income, 8 astral income, and 13 nature income with 3 blood income. In the Might Marsh, we found a lot of sites. This is where Throne is, and so that's kind of common. We can get Hydra hatchlings out, which could be good against these human armies, as long as we don't hurt our own troops. Poison Cloud for weak poison, strong poison. So Not terrible. They would probably die pretty quickly, but maybe amidst our giants. Oh, and they're susceptible to fire. I'm not really expecting to use these that much, so but they're there if we think we might need them. The deep crevasse, 1 earth income, which is bog, nature, and water, or death and water, fire, and astral. And then that's all. None was found in this province. We also had an exceptional blood hunt yield this turn. We got 35 blood slaves from New Swing. That's a new record. Hopefully that continues. And then 19 good blood slaves from Ardun. In other news regarding blood hunting, I guess we could talk about that. It wasn't on my agenda, but we will. We have these 2 Cohen here, but there are no patrollers here right now. So we're gonna research because I don't want the unrest to get super high. They're gonna drive the unrest up by 4. But the thing is, we just don't even have anyone on the way. Maybe we should. We've got 30 unrest here. If I could. Let's get 11 PD here, just so it's going down a little bit. And get this patroller here so we at least start to get this down. We're moving this sieging force, the fort breaker force, down, and then the next turn we'll get them here, and they'll patrol down. And at that point we will have started the Melkart invasion, so they'll patrol. Melkarts go in, they start cracking forts like this here. And this, where there's a throne, we definitely want that. I think our goal is to connect our territory here. That would be nice. It would give us a lot of information. It would mean that we have a lot of information about the world if we can connect to that. There's also like a throne and forts, and I don't even know what's over here. Farm provinces. It's just not bad at all. So anyway, back to the patrol problem. This was an oversight on my part. I should have had a patroller here. I'm also moving. We got the patrol down to 0 here. So I'm gonna leave them. If we need to get more, we have all these imps here, which we're bringing this Bone King. This M-bar here is gonna come and pick up these imps. If there's a problem, we'll dump some imps off here and come down. We could also start imp production with this guy, but I kind of want to conserve my nature gems, so I think we'll be okay. We'll research for this turn. Next turn, the last Cohen will get there, and we'll have at least some patrol, and we can start blood hunting. So we're just gonna have to put it off 1 more turn. Let's see. I keep hitting that button. This scout is just hiding here to watch this siege, which Femoria is still bogged down in. It's looks pretty rough. I do not envy him having to fight a monolith like that, an Argarthan monolith. So what else do we have? Yeah, in the blood hunting world, we're using our blood slaves. Let me see. We'll talk about. I mean, we basically already talked about the Niefelheim invasion. He staled another turn, and it looks like he might do it yet again. We're gonna have all 3 of our Earth Melkarts down here, and our sort of fort cracking combo here, which we're just gonna continue to do. They're gonna take this palisades here. These guys are gonna move in. Melkarts clear the PD. They start storming the castle. The stormers arrive, crack the castle. Melkarts have already moving forward. Fort crackers, go to the next fort. Stormers follow. So it's just sort of like 1, 2, 3 combo. What I'm going to put off as long as I can is this stack of sacred Nephil giants. I don't know what his bless is, but 40 Nephil giants, even if they weren't blessed, are nothing to scoff at. I'll show you. Yeah, just fair amount of protection, good defense skill, good attack skill, a fat damage attack. Size 6, lots of magic protection, just not cool at all. So yeah, not looking forward to that. Also this Gaija, Gaija. Yeah, they curse whoever kills them. That's what I was talking about. They curse whoever kills them, and that's not going to be fun. And I believe they're on a fort, right? There's a giant palisade, so we're gonna have to like go in there. And if he's staling, he's just gonna sit there. Yeah, I am not looking forward to that at all. I have to think of a way. Actually, what would be cool is Hellbind Harding them, because I think we have that now. Blood magic. Hellbind Heart. Magic resistance negates. They have 15, but we're going to be making we will be making magic penetration stuff, so it could be something to do for our Mind Hunter balls once we get them set up, which I think, I mean, we'll have them ready to go magic penetration wise pretty soon. I guess this sort of diverts into, oh my god, into talking about research. We are 4 turns away from Blood 7. So we're going to use our Blood Slaves one more turn, but starting next turn we're going to save them up until we have enough for the Vampire Lord, which is 77. So we're going to save up to 77 starting next turn. And then we'll use anything that keeps us above that. So right away when we hit Blood 7, we can get a vampire out. Also, I need to remember that I need a skull staff, I believe. I don't think I've made one of those yet. No, I don't think I have. So my pretender will have to make a skull staff, and then he will be able to do the vampire. Back to research. Yeah, and we're gonna, like I said last turn, the Vampire Lords are coming straight to Irmor, and we're gonna bleed it dry because I see a showdown coming soon, and might as well. That is another reason to just start summoning Mazakim. We're just gonna do it. We're gonna monthly summon Mazakim here. Yeah. Like I said, the werewolves are coming down. They'll summon allies a little bit down here. And we've got people on the way. We're gonna keep bringing out these kings because their like logistical value is, I should have made more of them earlier. Like they're I don't know what I would be doing without them. They're so useful. All right. So research. Blood 7. What I'm getting at is, in 4 turns we'll be done with this, and we will. The question is there a way to make this in 5 turns? Maybe if I put everything else on halt, but I think I need that stuff. I think one more turn with everything else working. Like if I put my pretender on this, on research, and all these things that are summoning things, maybe it could be 3 turns. Is that worth it? It'd be 14 plus 19. What is that? 13 plus 20. So 33 plus 76 is 109. Which would put us over 1677 divided by 3. We'd need to hit 559 to be able to do it in... Oh, so we would have enough if we did that to do it in 3 turns. Let's maybe do that. What do we get out of that? Is there anyone else that could be researching besides them? Making a ring of regen here for 10. That would put us... Are we literally 1 over with that? 559. Let's think about this. Getting the vampire 1 turn earlier would mean we have 2 less demon knights, 2 less, we need to hold that, so they'd be, our things would be doing nothing for the next 3 turns. And that's not worth it. If it was just this turn, that would be worth it. So I think we're gonna hold, like, we need these crystal coins. We need more blood summons. So we're gonna just wait another turn. I don't think getting the vampire 1 turn earlier is gonna like I don't even know if our patrol ability will be ready to have him start blood hunting here in 3 turns. Is that worth it? If we saved up the blood slaves, we could get 2 vampires probably. Um, 3 turns of my pretender doing nothing is not acceptable though. Because we need him to make a skull staff, and we need him to make to even summon the vampire. Let's just wait 1 more turn. I think it's okay. 1 extra turn is okay. And then after we get that vampire, we will get Thaumaturgy 3, which I think we'll be able to do in 1 turn. I'm looking at this, 36 plus I think 100 is the next one, and then level 3, I don't know. I can't remember how much the research costs are. This is 400. Maybe 1 or 2 turns to get Thom 3, and then 5 is 700 plus, or construction 6 will be 700 plus, and then going from 5 to 6 was 1400, I believe. So 2100, which means another 5 turns. So like 5 or 6 turns we'll have construction 6, and at that point, the thing is, I think all the magic pen items are, like, we could just look. It's we could check with this guy for the one is the staff of Herald Lance, Wildfire, Rune Smasher. So we have that ready to go. And then the rest are Astral, and it's Eye of the Void and Spell Focus, these two. So we have all the Magic Pen items to go, so actually we could even be ready to do that now. Hellbind Heart on with Magic Pen items on these Astral Balls, which we can just teleport down here. And we could try to like get a ton of these Neefel Giants, which would be this is all along. You see, I always tie it back. I always tie it back, Sheep Gang. This is a long discussion leading back to getting Magic Pen on these boys and spamming Hellbind Heart out on these. We could even set up like a communion. No, we couldn't. Maybe with some Cohens we could set up a communion so that they can do it more efficiently. Where is Blood Magic, Hellbind Heart, Fatigue 100? So yeah, it might be wise to set up a communion. But yeah, I think that's sort of a long-term project because I'd want like a lot of them to do this. There are 40 of these Neefel Giants. Actually, I don't know how much of this is Neefel Giants, but it seems like a lot of it. And if we could just get, it would be really cool if we did it. So I think I'm keeping that in the mix. This was a long tangent to talk about something that is not really necessary but would be cool. So in other words, okay, continuing the discussion of Niefelheim, I think our primary objectives are to not engage this until he goes. If he goes AI, we're gonna have to engage it because the AI will probably move it somewhere annoying. But if he doesn't, then we're just gonna take everything but that. And big objectives: throne, capital, throne. And I think within a few turns, next turn all the Earth Melkarts will be here. We're gonna take this because it's sort of a stepping stone through here. And Helheim's AI anyway. We'll take this, get this temple down. The temple's annoying me, and then we'll move through to the capital. Get that. I think this and the capital are the first choice. I actually don't know if Femoria has this or not, so I'm sending this scout over to check that out. If Niefelheim has this, we'll probably go for the capital first, just to get it. And I don't know what his national sites are, but I think they'll probably give me a lot of like death gems and maybe water, nature. I think they might even give me some blood slaves. I'm not sure. And then I don't know what these thrones are, but this is just a palisade, so this should fall pretty quick. But yeah, we'll get. That's our plan for the war movement here. Once this is taken over, we're gonna move to Helheim, but we're gonna be more tentative with that because we don't want to send Ulm into a conniption. But at that point, we're talking at least 10 to 12 turns. I would say in the future, at which point many things could be happening. Like of course, the big looming thing is a war. This is the great conflict between myself and Femoria. But there could also be shenanigans with these guys, and God knows what Mikone is up to. But whatever. Now, what else? That's the plan with Niefelheim. We can close these calculators. Yeah, so our blood usage, since we're not going to do that research thing, we are just going to keep getting out demons. We're casting Ritual of the Five Gates. As you guys can remember, it gives me 1 Demon Knight, 1 Devil, 1 Fiend of Darkness, 1 Frost Fiend, 1 Storm Demon. Definitely not an extremely efficient spell, but it gets us a Demon Knight and some of these 2 flyers, so it like does build the 2 squads that we're trying to build in a somewhat efficient way. We basically waste 14 in order to get a discount of like. Well, and the other thing is these storm demons are good, but like we're not massing them. We're getting a discount on the, so we're really just wasting 7. Um, but the thing is, like, we don't. This isn't like a huge part of our strategy. The flyers and the demon knights are a huge part of our strategy. We like just didn't have enough. We were 3 blood slaves off of being able to do Serim as well. So we're just gonna do demon knight. Sheep gang. I'm nervous that the demon knights are not going to perform well against Femoria, but I think they will perform well against the humans if we need to do that. And they're great units. Like there's no denying that. So yeah, demon knights are what we're doing. It feels like kind of a waste, but this is our last time. Last turn. Next turn we're like splurge. We're like saving. We're gonna splurge now. Save the next 3 turns. And then once the vampire comes out, like our blood. The other thing is the vampire. I forgot to talk about this in the last episode, but vampires are death 3, like a wraith lord. So we are fully breaking into death with this vampire lord. So it's a very good investment. I did not understand that vampire lords are death 3. That's crazy. It actually changes a lot of stuff, but the vampire lord will be a like scary thug, maybe even super combatant, depending on how we kit them out. But the main thing it is a really good blood hunter that will probably pay for itself within a few turns. So, um, yeah, within at least 6 turns, it will pay for itself. What else is there to talk about? That's what we're doing with our blood slaves. We're not getting we're saving on a sanguine dowsing rod. We're just researching with him now because we don't need another one. All our blood hunters have one. We'll make one right before the vampire lord comes out and give it to the vampire lord. We're making items, a number of them. We are making more crystal coins. I think we just need 1 or 2 more. We've got one on him, and so we just need 1 more for our teleporting Melkarts. Oh yeah, another thing is we finally got a fire Melkart, the first one of the game. And I actually am a little unclear of what to do with it for now because it might be a leader. It might be like a general because we are lacking. We have fire shield, but we're lacking a lot of the other things that fire super combatants need. Those being Phoenix Pyre being a big one. That's alteration 7, which would be good for a lot of reasons to get up to that. Uh, we could maybe do fog warriors. That would be crazy. We could do um, mass protection, which would be pretty good because a lot of the people we're fighting don't have fire. We could do doom. Maybe we could do iron walls on some of our castles, especially the ones on thrones. And but yeah, the main thing, if we had a ton of fire Melkarts, we probably would have gone for this because Phoenix Pyre is good. It like basically, if they die, they explode and then respawn if they aren't fatigued out. So we'd probably give them Earth Boots and Armor of Souls for reinvigoration, and just like it'd be crazy. So, but we only have one, so for now it's not top priority. But we finally got one. I was like, where are they? But I actually have been. One thing that this game has taught me is how good the astral. Well, actually, I don't know yet, but I've learned in theory that the astral Melkarts are really good. We could also do marble warriors, which yeah, we could do a lot of things with climbing alteration. We could get a mother oak out for sure. We could make our giants even bigger. I don't know. Soul vortex is another reason. So yeah, maybe we will climb alteration, but it's not top priority right now. it might be secondary priority. I mean, okay, primary priority is vampire lords, but we're there. Second priority construction or uh teleport, but that's 1 or 2 turns of research. Doesn't even really count. So I'd say secondary construction 6. That's the one that it like hurts right now that I don't have that. Um, and then after construction 6, mind hunt will be really good against Femoria. So that's the tertiary one. And so I guess after that would be climbing alteration. Um, we do have a lot of fire mages, so maybe climbing evocation for fireballs. All this stuff might be good, but I guess that'll be the choice. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Like there's a high chance that we won't have time to get to these things. So what was my point here? The fire mail cart items. So yeah, we need one more crystal coin for teleporting mail carts. There is this fourth one here, but he's like a high blood caster, so he's not going to be in the teleporting mail cart cohort. So we're making that. We're getting another ring of regen. We need more of those. We are getting another owl quill because every little bit of research we can get is good. I wish we can't make lightless lanterns, can we? Tell me I haven't been able to do that this whole time. No, that's construction 6. We'll start doing that at construction 6 to boost our research. But yeah. So we're making owl quills, ring of regen, crystal coin, everything else, and then we're getting more fire drakes out. It's a good synergy. It might not be great against Femoria because he has a ton of like resistances on his sacreds, but I guess we could talk about this now. Well, okay, let's keep going. Those are the items being forged. I guess it's not that many, but that's what we're doing. And then we have a growing archer mass, which I think will be good. 16 piercing damage is good, and then the other thing we could do is if we do strength of giants on this, that will bring it up to like 20 strength, and 1/3 of the strength added is 1/3 of 15 is 5. So yeah, it's like a normal bow plus 5, which is kind of crazy. It should be more damage in this, but whatever. And then if we bring it up to 20, 1/3 of 20 is like almost 7, so 6. Wow. Okay, that's not really that great. So we'll do 17 damage. I don't know if it's rounded up or down. If it's rounded up, we'll do 18. So, I don't know, maybe not the greatest thing in the world, but everything above normal protection levels in terms of piercing damage is good because some of it gets through. So, I think this will be good. With the flaming arrows, it'll be good. From what I've seen of Fomoria's attacks against Agartha and stuff, is he does have a lot of like skeletons and sort of his national troops just kind of in there, and they aren't sacred, so they will get cleared out, and it will just leave his giants remaining. And I think some of the damage will go through because of Pierce. And I don't think they have helmets either. So if we hit them in the head, let's look at Femoria. Yeah, these do not have helmets. So if they get hit in the head, that's not good. With a flaming arrow, they'll take a lot of damage. None of his things have helmets except maybe this. It has a cap. So what's its protection? 14 protection. I think this won't be bad against Fomorian giants. And then the flaming arrows will let's look at what flaming arrows does. It's enchantment 4, which is another thing we need actually. Flaming arrows plus 8 armor piercing fire damage. So anything that doesn't have fire resistance is going to get smacked by these arrows really hard. Like the humans are going to get shredded by these. And we have a growing mass. We have about 30 something, 37, so almost 40. I think I'm going to do one more tour and get close to like 50 or 60 of them and then halt the production. And if they do really well in a fight, then maybe I'll bring them out again. I'll keep the production going. But I think 60 is enough to have like a solid mass of them that will destroy things. What else? Yeah, so I guess the final thing is just our path to victory, because we are getting down to it here. Ermor is finally going to be destroyed. What I'm thinking about now is thrones. So I think we can get our hands on this. We will not claim them unless it's the lower throne. But I think Femoria is in possession of the lower throne. We can look at the thrones of ascension. The lower throne is unclaimed, and I think Femoria is intentionally not claiming thrones to not freak people out, because he's definitely has the territory of them. 5 blood slaves per turn would be very nice. Let's see. So he probably has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. So he's close. He is very close. You need 8. The cataclysm is expected to happen in 21 years. Okay, so we've got a while before that. Huh. Okay. 21 times 12 is like a lot. That's like 100 plus turns. That's 200 plus turns away. So that's not going to happen. One of these thrones, if Niefelheim controls that, has to be the high throne, which will spread my dominion, which would also be nice. But anyway, let's just count. We won't go into too much detail. 1, 2. That puts us at 4. If this is Helheim's, then maybe we could go for it. So maybe 3. But if it's Ulm, that means we have to declare war as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not quite enough. That puts us at 6. Which means we're going to have to get into Femoria. 5. Oh, this is rough. 6. Did I already count that? I didn't count that, I don't think. So we're going to have to expand our borders by like, I'll zoom all the way out. We're going to have to expand our borders by like this much in order to win. And we're going to expand into literally everybody to have to do that. So this is getting dicey. An alternative is just simply attacking Femoria and going over all of his things. So this brings us down to the question, which is the path to victory. I see 2 options. We can turn on everyone but Femoria. Or no, I'm sorry. That's the opposite of that. Turn everyone on Femoria through diplomacy and say, Ulm, Marverni, Mikoni, we all need to attack Femoria. He's about to win. We just have to do it. And get them to attack him, and then like I would attack Femoria as well, and that would not make me immediately win, but it would end the Fomorian threat, and I would definitely be in a strong position unless Femoria is a beast and he destroys everyone all at once. Option 2 is we turn on everyone but Femoria, so we invade Ulm. We take all this. We take Niefelheim, Helheim. We turn on Ulm, turn on Marverni, and then I don't even know where Mikone is. So that's probably all we could do is Ulm and Marverni, and then we would basically equal Femoria at that point, and it would be a showdown between Femoria and me. So those are the 2 options. I'm not gonna pull the trigger on either of them yet because it's just not quite. I just don't think it's quite time. I think I'm not quite what. Yeah, and it would also. It's just gonna be really. I'm just not quite ready to do it yet. But I think those are the 2 options to victory. The third option, which I think will result in losing, is if everyone except Femoria fights against each other and he just continues picking people off and winning. I think he's really close. I think I don't know. I think we got to be very careful. But I don't know how I'm gonna get Ulm and Marverni to stop fighting, and then I haven't even seen Mikone. So dicey, very dicey. But that's, I think, the path to victory. And I think that concludes the episode. There was one question in my head of should I recruit one of these? I think I'll just save the gold. 200 gold for just something, I don't know, maybe some PD somewhere. Put 11 PD here. It'd almost be nice to increase this to 20, but that seems like a waste. We have patrollers coming. It'll be okay. Yeah, I think that's all. I'm gonna end the turn. Thank you for watching. And hopefully everything goes according to plan.